Good morning, folks. Another wonderful day. I am on my way to church. It's around 7:40. I want to get out and start doing the before and after videos of our Chatworth school before it gets really hot. So I got the drone, got the camera, got all that other fun stuff, and then I also got a whole bunch of smart devices, so hopefully we can get the whole media booth set up to be able to be turned on by the press of a button. What else I got? I got to fix the monitor. We'll replace the monitors that went out during service, and just some other odds and ends, and hopefully I'll also get payment for the church learning center website. So I will buy the theme and take you along with me through the entire process of getting that set up, because a couple of people have asked me. But anyway, we got a lot of stuff going on today. Let's go. Also, what I forgot is the new Unified Cloud Key is supposed to be in today. So I'm gonna be building, and I know I didn't finish the series of setting up the Unify stuff, but I'll continue that today. The Raspberry Pi version that I built for my father-in-law didn't work, so I am rebuilding it, reconnecting it to the access points that are there at the house. So I'm probably going to do that tomorrow, actually install it, but setting up the whole Unified Cloud system on that cloud key, I'll do that this afternoon. So everything will go smoothly with that. What else do we got going on? Oh, we got a fifth Sunday in September, as well as an afternoon service for the young adult choir. So I need to post the music, pick the music, post the music, and get that really down so that everybody knows what's going on with that. And I know we're going to get into something else today, but that's what is on my plate for today. So mainly, it's 78 degrees right now, so I want to get up here and get as much footage as possible from the church before it gets blazing hot like the last couple of days. So that's my number one priority today. Alright, so right when I was pulling up to the church, my pastor came up. So I wasn't going to do any recording at the school because I don't have the keys, but right when I was walking around to get inside, he pulled up. So we're going to be scheduling some time later this morning, maybe in about like an hour, to re-record his stuff, as well as get into the school and video everything and things like that. Knock out replacing these monitors. Like I said, I was thinking about replacing both of these with these ones, but I don't know. I did test these on my similar setup at home with SDI to HDMI, and they worked fine. So we should be good to go. So let me just get this stuff out of the way, and I'll just replace these. And I'm gonna move this one over to give that to the Learning Center because they needed one. And I believe the other converter that I have, I'm actually gonna put the other monitor on our streaming PC so we have a full display compared to what we were using before. Alright, one monitor down, two more to go. Alright, we're back up again. Both cameras are working. So that was easy. So now let's get on to project number 2, which is, for right now until I hear from Pastor, is putting this smart switch in here and seeing if we can get that to replace all of this. And I just realized I completely forgot the other smart plug that needs to go to the camera up there, and I also forgot to bring the ladder for me to get up there. So I guess that was kind of good, but that's the only converter that's not going to be in control right now. Actually, let me take that back. The other converter that's under here is not connected. That's an old Aura XD700, which is the same thing that's in the back. So technically I need two adapters, two smart plug adapters, which I have two. I need to get the other one. And then I need an HDMI to two HDMI to SDI converters, and then I could get around that. But technically, I really only need smart plugs to get everything working. Switching over to the Blackmagic SDI to HDMI, SDI to HDMI is really not that important. Just really want to have a way to turn all this stuff off and then turn it back on at the same time. All right, I think I did it. After putting the smart switch in there, I'm able to turn everything on instead of one button, because there's no delay right now natively with Casa, the app. I had to do it as two buttons. So I have button number 1, which mimics turning on the key on this little miniature tower, excuse me, and then button number 2 turns on the amps. So what I'm gonna do is, because the house amp is that's in the front of the church, I want to avoid that pop. So what I'm going to do is put the extra plug, the other smart plug that I have, up there, and that will control that. So it will technically be buttons 1, 2, 3 that will turn on everything until there's some form of delay that I can do, or maybe they have that with IFTTT. But that other plug in the front should solve that, and then the only thing else I have to do is put the smart plug I left at home for the converter up there, and it turns everything on. So that's really cool. I'm gonna catch my pastor real quick and see what he thinks about that. I know he's gonna laugh when I say that. All right, so I showed Pastor how it worked. He was, like I said, he was kind of like, that's cool, but he had a little nervousness to it. But he understands the potential, and I explained that you'll be able to turn on the default sound system without anybody being here, whether it be funerals or something like that during the week when most of us are working. So what I'm gonna do now is use IFTTT to try and do a widget for our, I wanna hook it up another way so that people can turn it on and off, because pretty much the buttons do not work anymore. That whole switch with the key, I was actually able to remove, and it's only one thing that's plugged into it. And honestly, the only reason that's plugged in is because it has a very short cable. So if I had an extension cord, I really wouldn't even need that piece at all. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, but I need to educate everybody on how to turn everything on as well. So that's what I'm gonna sit here and figure out. And also, I was also talking with my pastor. What we're gonna do is the video stuff. I'm gonna do some flying with my drone today around the building, the Chatware School, but then I'm gonna come back tomorrow to actually go inside and do all that stuff. And what we decided to do was just have kind of like a Schindler's List type of approach, to where it's like there's no words, there's just soft music. And this is going to be a before and after, and then he's going to say something on Sunday, which we are going to record and then add that on to the end of the video for easily repeating it over and over again. So that's the plan. All right, I'm starting to feel a little lazy right now. I haven't gone outside to fly, but that is because my tablet and the remote for my drone was only at like 10%. So I'm letting it charge right now. And the other computer that I used to test out the original NDI monitor ended up giving that to the Learning Center, and I am setting that up right now. And I need to put some passwords on it so that people won't mess with it and start installing junk on it. All right, so here is the temporary location, and they had a super old computer in here first. It was like a Windows XP system, wasn't even hooked up to anything. They had just punched a hole in the wall and left the cable in there. So I terminated it properly, hooked it up to the switch, and that's about it. I took the keyboard from our our video editing system to put it over here, because all they had were the old ones that had the PS2 connection. So I had a USB keyboard as needed, and I'm gonna go buy a new one for the media to replace. So let me, ow, hit me. hook this up real quick. So I can type on this thing. Alright, so I'm gonna set it up as a main account so that the main account that's on right now, I'm gonna set it up to where you need a password, but I'm gonna have a simplified account that people can just use the system and not really do nothing. That's what I'm gonna set up now. Alright, so let's run down to Walgreens or Dollar General. Just need a generic keyboard. So I'm here in the choir room, and there was a laptop here that was for the music ministry when I used to play, but it looks like it's just been sitting here for the last 2 years, still running Windows 8. We also have a perfectly good multi-printer here that's not connected in any way, so there's no network jack here. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. There is an outlet here that's connected back to the switch, but I repurposed that, and I actually have an access point right outside the door, and that's what I use that for up there, as you can see. But I'm trying to figure out a way to repurpose all of this at the same time. So I'm thinking, and I was going to say I was going to do like what I did in the security room, but I closed that off and pulled up the cable back into the ceiling. I mean, if this stuff had Wi-Fi, I can connect to it, but I don't think this printer does. Well, the first thing is there's no outlet on the side of the wall, so I need to get an extension cable, which I thought I gave them a while ago, but it's a mess in here. But I need an extension cable to run inside of this room to get power in here. Then after that, I need to I don't know. I'm thinking. I mean, it's a drop ceiling in here, so it'll be really easy to put a connection over here. If need be, I can put it on the wall, because this is pretty much steel studs. I can walk right up to this wall once I get the junk out the way, and I can put an outlet there, so that would be fine to do this. Then just got to figure out how I'm going to do this. So what I could do is I could pull the wire, run a new wire from this here all the way across here, and then put a switch over here. Run the original cable that's going back from the switch, put that in an outlet on the wall right here. Put a coupler in there, let that go back to there. See, this is what happens when you're trying to add this stuff after the fact. Really trying to think the easiest way to do this, because I need a jack here, want the line coming back from here. No, there's a plug going somewhere. Yeah, because the plug that's all the way back there at the switch actually has a PoE injector, so it's sending it back here. Just gotta figure it out. Alright, so after cleaning out this closet, there's an outlet right there. So I'm gonna do a 1-gang outlet right there on the wall. Excuse me, not an outlet, but a pass-through right there. And I have an extension cord that's just gonna plug into that, which is this brown one right here. So I'm just gonna punch a hole right there, make it look nice and neat, get a little brush like I did over at the other side of the building for the TV, pass through there. Now the other thing I did think about is, since there's an outlet here, is to move the PoE injector here for that. So what I would do is take the same cable that's running here, extend it all the way over to here, put a jack in the wall right here, as well as a switch over here, then run it to the PoE injector, then run a line back to over there, so that way we'll have a jack over here and we'll kind of like kill two birds with one stone. That's what I'm thinking about doing, because this wireless is really meant for in this area and for this hallway, but I think that will work. This may be a project that I'll do, like, I know I'm gonna need to do it before Tuesday, because I know they're gonna lose their minds when they come in here and see that I've gutted all this stuff in here. Honestly, there's a whole bunch of empty boxes that were just sitting there taking up space, and a coffee maker. I don't even know why they got that back here, but anyway, that's what I'm thinking about doing. I think that would be really straightforward, since I can see exactly what's in here, and there's really nothing that will block me to get over here. And since it's bare studs, I mean, I can just run that cable here and then run it around the corner, and that'll be really, really easy to do. So I'm gonna go get some extra stuff from Lowe's, and if I'm going in that direction, I'll just get the keyboard from over there too. All right, I isolated the PoE switch and the cable. I need to put a coupler in the back during the back at the switch, but I got all of this here, so this is going to be the cable I'm gonna repurpose for something else, and I found all of the connections that I need for this to work. All right, so technically what I need to do is get a 2-gang low voltage box, because one is just going to run a brush for this cable to go through, the power to go in. Now I got to think about that. I need to put a surge protector there, because I'm plugging this in, and then I also have the switch going in there, and I have the PoE injector going in there. I think I got another surge protector around here. I think I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. Yeah, thing just got a little bit complicated, but I just had to make sure I have everything I need to get from the store, so I don't have to run back multiple times. And which I've still procrastinated because I'm doing other stuff here. So I need to get some pass-through connectors to make this easier to run. Got more than enough cable. Got more enough of these caps. I have this jack. I got another one here in my pocket, but I can also get some more there at the store since I'm already going to be there. I'm not going to buy a lot because they're overpriced at Lowe's. So I got this. That's 2. So I just realized that my box of Cat 6 cable I left at home. Since I'm gonna have to come here tomorrow, so the running of the wires and everything like that, I won't be able to finish it till tomorrow unless I have some cable left in the car or upstairs. But I've been procrastinating too long. Let me go ahead and get over here to Lowe's and get what I need to and get some lunch, and then I'll be back. All right, so I got it temporarily set up right now. It looks like the plate that I had on the other side didn't come with any screws, so I need to get something for that. I'm going to mount all of those on the wall to get them up off the floor, but I think we're good. I mean, honestly, I could probably put a shelf right there, but I have the stuff to put it into the wall, so that would be easy. And I literally only got to run 2 cables now, which I will have to do tomorrow. Alright, so I missed the package for the cloud key, so I'm gonna have to, and that's on the other side of town, so I'm gonna have to go there and get it, make sure it's gonna be rescheduled so I can pick it up and get it configured for my father-in-law. That'll be tomorrow, but pretty much the plans got changed. I didn't get a chance to get out and fly like I wanted to. It's like 102 right now. It is way too hot, So I spent most of my time in the church working on some other odds and ends. So I will be back there tomorrow. I actually have Vacation Bible School today. Was getting a lot of stuff set up before that happens. I'm not going to be there for today because I got too much other work I got to do. And I think that's it. So tomorrow I need to make sure I pack up my box of Cat 6 so I can finish off the wiring in there, rewiring the access point, and hooking up the wiring for the printer that's just sitting back there in the music room, in the choir room. And I left the computer there, but it's installing Windows 10 from Windows 8. It looked like it was at 10% when I left, so no one should be there. So I'll be finishing that tomorrow. So I'm going to be shutting it down right now. So this was kind of a short vlog today. It's just super hot and I just need to sit and get out the sun. So I will see y'all tomorrow. If you like this type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, and make sure you hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other great videos. So we will see you tomorrow. Later.